And welcome back, viewers, here to Right Rear Racing on this wonderful Monday afternoon as we take on your clash at the Colosseum with your 305s with the Regal Promotions round 15 of your 305 Sprint Car Series. And hi, Susie, how are you doing tonight? And looks like my SDK is wanting to crash on me tonight. Let that go ahead and close, but while that's reopening and getting restarted here, go over your points coming into tonight for week number 15. If I can. And we have James Rooney in the lead with 3,440 points, with Ty Dickinson right behind him, 77 points behind, with 3,363 points. We have Fred Hoffman. He moved up 3 spots last week. He's going to be sitting third. Hunter Benson's going to be in fourth. And rounding out your top 5 is going to be Jake Roya. And we have Dalton Shearer in 6th. We're going to have Jordan Navarro in 7th. Ethan Milwan in 8th. And 9th is Tyler Rudabaugh. And rounding out your top 10 for your 305s is going to be Joseph Groom. And last week we did have a wild finish here tonight, or wild finish last week. So to recap your finish here. If I can find it here, we'll go over. And I cannot find it, so I'm not going to bring it up. Sorry about that, guys. And right now we're doing our admin box drivers meeting. And it looks like we're going to have 15 drivers here tonight. So we're going to have 2 heat races. And those heat races are going to be 8 laps, followed by a 10-minute warm-up session. That warm-up session could be shortened up, depending on what race control thinks. And then at the end of to close out the night, we're going to have a 25-lap main event. And this is the Clash at the Coliseum presented by Right Rear Racing. We have our drivers meeting presented by Admin Box, which is happening right now. And then right after this drivers meeting, then your hot laps, we're going to have our qualifying, and that qualifying is going to be presented by TJ Visuals. For your caution flags tonight is going to be presented by 618 Engraving and Design. All your green flags for tonight is going to be presented by Third Party Gaming. We're not going to have a B main tonight, but that B main would be presented by 618 Engraving and Design. And looking at the lineup here, or field here, there's going to be 17 drivers now currently, so we might have 3 heat races. I think it's going to be just 2. If we don't have the 2, we'll go ahead and cover those other 2 as well. And we do have some penalties tonight for some drivers here tonight, as they have penalties to serve. Joseph Groom and Russ Mean will be getting EOLs at their start of the heat races, and I believe it's going to be Fred Hoffman, who's in here, cannot start the heat race. Trying to look at your lineup here. And Matt Sweezy will not start his heat race as he is on your lineup. He's going to be card number 77. Trying to bounce everything back and forth. And that's the only driver that I see that will not start his heat race. And remember, guys, that on Wednesday, November 12th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Clash at the Colosseum, presented by Right Rear Racing for your 360 sprints, are right here at Bristol. You can catch that action live on Regal Promotions Esports. Then next week, November 16th through the 20th, will be the World Championships presented by Two Fat Guys Sim Racing Promotions, and that action will be all taking place at Charlotte with different broadcasters broadcasting it. And it looks like our hot laps are going to be completed, so now we're going to go into our TJ Visuals qualifying here tonight. And we're waiting for the first car to come out here, and we're going to follow along with them. Looks like it's going to be Mason White in the 010 as he pulls out onto the turn 1 there off the pits. Coming off turn 2 down the back straightaway, trying to get that speed built up here and get a good lap. As he's coming off turn 4 here, he's getting the green flag for the first time. And there's a lot of drivers that have already made their way out there onto the track. As Mason crosses the line, his first lap is going to be a 15:87. And Kevin Goodall is going to get the same time there, put him second in that 29 machine. As we follow along with Mason once again here, as he's working his way off turn 4 on his second lap. His second lap is going to be a 15:84. That's going to put him up to second as Chris Shepard here in the 019 was your quick time with a 15:81. But then we have Kevin Goodall on his first lap or second lap going out there with a 15:79. As we go along with Matt here in the 77 machine, as there's so many drivers that have already made their qualifying laps. As we work our way off of turn 4, Matt in that 77 machine is getting the green flag for his first lap. Working his way through 1 and 2. And working his way through 3 and 4 for the first time. And his first lap is going to be a 15:88. That's going to be good for 12th currently. He's going to work his way into turn 1 here. I'm sorry, that's 3 and 4 for his second lap. And his second lap is going to be a 15:87. That's going to put him up to 9th overall. Jordan Navarro in that 96 machine. He's out there. He's on his first lap, working his way through 4 there and hit the first lap of a 15:89. That's going to put him up to 14th as he works his way down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. And you see that tribute right there on his wing for Veterans Day for tomorrow. And I believe that is his grandpa or great grandpa, and he's going to jump up into the 5th position with a 15:80. Jimbo Rooney on his first lap got a 15:78. That's going to put him at the top of the board as he's working his way through 3 and 4 for his last time. And off of 4, his second lap is going to be a 15:86, but the 15:78 will stand, and Clayton Nichols will be at the top of your leaderboard here for qualifying. Fred Hoffman is going to make it here as we have 20 drivers now. And we go into your right rear racing heat race number 1. Starting on the pole is going to be the 019 of Chris Shepard with Jordan Navarro and that 96 on the outside. Row number 2 has Kevin Goodall and the 29 on the inside with Clayton Nichols and the 52 on the outside. Ty Dickinson and the 67 is going to be inside row number 3 with Matt Sweezy and the 77 on his outside. Greg Robinson in the 83 is going to start inside row number 4 with Clayton Wise and the 196 on his outside. And row number 5 has Cody Wickard in the 5 with Brent Thompson on the outside with his 45 machine. Yes, and that is Jordan's grandfather on his wing. As Chris and Jordan are going to lead the field down the back straightaway. As they come off turn number 4 there, they're going to get the rolled up green flag. We're going to go racing next time around. As the field is stacked and ready to go here, coming into turn number 3, the pace car is going to pull off this time around, and we're going to be underway with a third-party game and green flag. As they work their way through 3 and 4, you see that pace car pull in. The 019 of Chris Shepard's going to hit that loud pedal, and we got a third-party game and green flag here in your right rear racing heat race number 1. As the 019 of Chris Shepard leads us into turn number 1. Jordan Navarro is going to be sitting in second, trying to hold off the 29 of Kevin Goodall as they work their way down the back straightaway into turn number 3. The 29 is going to be down low. The 96 is up high. And right behind them is going to be the 67 of Ty Dickinson as Ty's trying to get that outside going here in 1 and 2. That we're going to have a little bit of contact between Ty and Clayton Nichols as they work their way down the back straightaway. They're into turn 3 now. Coming off of 4, it's still going to be Chris Shepard leading the field, followed by Jordan Navarro and the number 96, the 29 of Kevin Goodall in third. In fourth is going to be the 52 of Clayton Nichols, followed by Ty Dickinson in that 67 to round out your top 5. As we go up to third here, and Kevin Goodall trying to reel in the number 96 of Jordan as they work their way down into 1. The 96 is going to go, or I'm sorry, that's 4. I'm trying to get my bearings right here with this big track as we are halfway through with heat race number 1, which all laps have been led by Chris Shepard in that 019. Jordan's trying to hold on to second here as the 29 of Kevin Goodall is going to try to take second away. Clayton Nichols and Ty Dickinson, they're going to have a good battle here as Ty's going to look down low as they come off 2 down the back straightaway. Ty's going to be down low going into turn number 3 side by side. As they come off 4, this 52 is going to have that momentum and take over the 4th position. We have 2 laps remaining here in your right rear racing heat race number 1 as we have the battle here on your screen for 4th between the 52 and the 67 as they work their way through 3 and 4, getting the white flag this time around. The field is led by Chris Shepard in that 019, followed by the 96 of Jordan Navarro, the 29 of Kevin Goodall as they work their way into turn number 3 for the last time here in right rear race and heat race number 1. The win's going to go to the 019 of Chris Shepard, followed by the 96 of Jordan Navarro, and the 29 of Kevin Goodall will round out your top 3. And we're finished out the rest of your results here for heat race number 1. Clayton Nichols in the 52 is going to finish 4th. Ty Dixon in the 67 rounds out your top 5. Greg Robinson in the 83 is going to be 6th. Matt Sweezy in the 77 7th. Clayton Wise in the 196 is going to finish 8th. Cody Wickard in the 5s and 9th. And Brent Thompson rounds out the field in his number 45. And for your Casey Simmons cinematography heat race number 2, your starting lineup is going to look like this. With Mason White in his 010 starting on the pole. Jake Roya on his outside in the number 2, which is your last week's winner. Inside row number 2 has Jeremy Christensen in his 16 machine with Jimbo Rooney on his outside in the 27. Jason Haynes in the 66 is going to start inside row number 3 with Tayton Sander on his outside in the 42. Robert Puckett in the 30 is going to start inside row number 4 with Nathan Annette in the 131 on his outside. Jared Lamberson in the 001 on the inside of row number 5 with Fred Hoffman in the 13 riding out the field. As the field makes their way down the front straightaway, they receive the rolled up green flag. We're going to go racing next time around. As Mason and Jake are going to lead the field off of 2 and down the back straightaway. And the field's ready to go here. Mason's wait for that pace truck to dive in. And the pace truck's dove in there. Here goes Mason White in that 010. He's getting that third-party gaming green flag to get us underway here for your Casey Simmons cinematography heat race number 2. As Mason's going to go to the outside and work his way off turn 2 down the back straightaway. He's going to go into turn number 3. Jake Roya is going to be right there in his 2 machine, followed by the number 16 of Jeremy Christensen. As we have 1 lap in the books here, it's going to be the 010 of Mason White leading that lap there. Jake Roy is in second, followed by the 16 of Jeremy Christensen. The 66 of Jason Haynes is going to be in 4th and battling out there with the 27 of Jimbo Rooney. As we have 2 laps in the books, we're side by side. We're battling out here for 4th on your screen as we keep an eye on the rest of the field. And as they come off turn number 4, it's still Mason, Jake, Jeremy, Jimbo, and Jason. As you see here, Mason in that 010 machine, he's coming off turn 4. He's getting the cross flags as we are halfway through with your Casey Simmons cinematography heat race number 2 here at Bristol Motor Speedway. The number 2 of Jake Roy is still running in second, followed by the number 16 of Jeremy Christensen. Here comes the 27, Jimbo Rooney. He's going to look down low going into the turn, trying to get that momentum and slide job on the 16. I don't know if that's the case here with the 305. As the 16 is going to push up, come off turn 2, down the back straightaway. Here comes the 27 of Jimbo Rooney. He's going to look on the inside of 3 as they go for 3rd there, as we receive the 2 popsicle sticks as we have 2 laps remaining. And it's been Mason White since the drop of the green. Can Jimbo Rooney make the pass there and get 3rd on the 16 as he's still trying to there here in turn number 3? And at the line, Mason White's going to get the white flag as we have 1 lap remaining here tonight. We're going to go back to your battle for 3rd between the 16 and the 27 as they're working their way through turn number 1. And as we go into turn number 3 and 4 here, it's going to be Mason White at the line, taking the win for your Casey Simmons cinematography heat race number 2, followed by Jake Roya and Jeremy Christensen for your top 3. And as we were trying to watch that battle there for 3rd, I believe Jake was starting to reel in Mason there And take a look at the rest of your lineup or results here for your Casey Simmons Cinematography Heat Race number 2. Jimbo Rooney in the 27 machine is going to finish 4th. Jason Haynes in the 66 finishes out in your top 5. Jared Lemerson in the 001 finishes 6th. Nathan Anetta, sorry if I'm messing up that last name there, that's going to be in your 131 finishing 7th. Robert Puckett in the 30 and 8th. Tayton Sander in the 42, 9th, and Fred Hoffman in the 13th finishes out the field. And we did not have a Twist of Speed Heat Race number 3 or a RPES Regal Promotions Esports Shop Heat Race number 4, as those two are your sponsors for those respective heat races. We're not going to have a 618 Engraving and Design B main, but right now we're on our Full Throttle Motorsports warm-up session, as it's going to be roughly a 10-minute warm-up session. Try to get this track broke in to get it ready for everyone to race on here tonight. And as a reminder, Wednesday, November 12th, tune in to Regal Promotions Esports for the Clash at the Colosseum, presented by Right Rear Racing for your 360 sprints at Bristol. It's going to be a 30-lap event, open setup, free entry, and again, it's live on Regal Promotions Esports. And then next week we have our World Championships presented by Two Fat Guys Sim Racing Promotions, and that series is that's where all the series are going to finish up at next week from the 16th through the 20th, and you catch that action through the different broadcasters. That's going to be at Charlotte next week. And with us being about 2.5 minutes into our 5-minute warm-up session, I thought it was going to be a 10-minute warm-up session. But since it's a 5-minute warm-up session, I'm going to go ahead and mute myself and go get a drink to get ready to call this race here tonight. It's going to be a 25-lap main event. And as you see, the track is getting a little bit racy here. And for the Right Rear Racing, we will be going live once again on Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, followed by, well, that's going to be with the UMPs with Dirt Series. Then on Friday night, we will be covering Two Fat Guys Sim Racing Promotions, and that's for the Sport Compact Series. That's going to happen at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time as well. Then we go live again on Sunday to cover the Battle of the Bluegrass. Which is that's going to be the season opener. And for the Regal Promotions Esports World Championships, I will be covering the Tuesday night portion on November 18th, starting at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern, as we cover the big block modifieds open setup right here on Right Rear Racing. Looks like our 5-minute warm-up session will be completed. And we're starting your lineup here now. Your starting lineup for tonight's event is going to be the 019 of Chris Shepard on the pole. We have Mason White in the 010. He's going to be on his outside. Row number 2 has Jordan Navarro in his number 96 with Jake Roya in the 2 on the outside. Row number 3 has Kevin Goodall in the 29 on the inside with Jeremy Christensen in the 16 on his outside. Row 4 has Clayton Nichols in the 52 on the inside with Jimbo Rooney in the 27 on his outside. Ty Dickinson in the 67 is going to be inside row number 5 with Jason Haynes on his outside and his number 66. Greg Robinson is in the 83 is going to be inside row number 6 with Jared Lamberson in the 001 on his outside. Row 7 has Matt Sweezy in the 77 on the inside with Nathan in the 131 on the outside there. Then in row 8 is Clayton Wise in the 196 with Robert Puckett in the 30 on the outside there. And row number 9 has Cody Wickard in the 5 on the inside with Tayton Sander in the 42 on his outside. And the last and final row here tonight is going to be Brent Thompson in the 45 on the inside with Fred Hoffman on the outside. And as always, these drivers are giving us the sight that we love in dirt racing here, as they are going to give us our victory fuel for wide salute. And we'll catch them here on the back straightaway as we take a look at that victory fuel for wide salute. Take another look at it there at the flag stand of your victory fuel for wide salute here tonight. Again, this is round number 15 of the series. And thanks for joining in here on Right Rear Racing. If you haven't done so yet, go ahead and hit that follow, hit that subscribe, and get notified too for whenever we go live here on Right Rear Racing. And they're coming off turn number 4 there, getting the road up green flag. We're going to go underway next time around. The field's going to be led by the 019 and the 010. And so disregard that road up green flag, as race control did not like what they seen there for the lineup and getting the lineup straight. But this time, as they're coming off turn number 4, they're going to get that road up green flag and be underway next time around. As the field comes down the back straightaway here. Stacked up and ready to go and get underway for that third-party gaming green flag. The pace truck dives in. The 019 of Chris Shepard is going to lead us into that third-party gaming green flag here tonight to get us underway for your 25 laps. As they work their way into turn number 1, the 019 of Chris Shepard, he's going to get out to the early lead as he's going to work the bottom side in 1 and 2, in the mid in 3 and 4. Mason White, he's going to try to hold off Jake Roya as the first lap is complete, as Jake's going to run in second right behind Mason. as Jake's trying to get a good run here off of turn 2, working his way down the back straightaway. He's trying to hold off the number 29 and then 96 as they work their way off turn number 4, completing the lap number 2. The 29 of Kevin Goodall's running in 4th. And we got a side-by-side battle there. That's going to be Jeremy and Jordan as they were running for position number 5. And here comes Jimbo Rooney as well. We're going to have some contact. We're going to be 3 wide, and that's going to be Ty Dixon and Jordan both running side-by-side. Ty is trying to reel in. Getting bearings straight here. Ty is trying to reel in Jason Hines. As we go back up forward here, it's going to be Jordan and Jason both running right here. We have the 16 card, Jeremy and Jimbo battling it out. This is going to be for position number 5 as we complete lap number 5 here. As we go back up, work our way back up to the front here, it's still Chris Shepard in the 019 leading the field, followed by Mason White in that 10 machine. Jake Roya in the 2 machine is going to be in 3rd. Kevin Goodall in the 29 is going to be in 4th. Jimbo Rooney in that 27 is going to be 5th. Jeremy Christensen in the 16 is going to be in 6th. Jason Haynes in the 66, 7th. We have Jordan right there on this bumper there, that he's in 8th. And Clayton Nichols in the 52 machines going to be in 9th, and Ty right there is going in the 67 is going to be rounding out your top 10 as Ty is trying to get that bottom side going, try to make that pass on the 52 of Clayton Nichols. As we take a look here with Jimbo Rooney, he's slowly trying to reel in the 29 machine and make that pass for the 4th position as they're working their way down the back straightaway into turn number 3. The 29 machine is going to go down low here. Jimbo Rooney is going to stay down low as the 29 slides up off the turn, working their way down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Jimbo is going to go down low. The 29 is going to go up high. The 29 is trying to get that momentum off the top side as they work their way down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Jimbo's going down low. Kevin's going up high. And we're going to be side by side. This is for position number 4. The 27 of Jimbo is going to look down low. The 29 is going to be up there on the high side. And we have a yellow flag coming out. And that's your first 618 engraving design caution flag as we go on board with Jared Lamberson. I'm trying to see what happened here. He got loose in 3 and 4. The 1 and 2, the 13 cars right there, and that's what brought out our first 618 engraving and design caution flag. And Julie, I will say that Jordan sent me that picture that's on his sprint car, and I made the video, but I messed up and I put it in the wrong spot. So if you want to bear with me at the end of this broadcast and after the drivers' interviews, I will show the video that I do have made for the veterans, as tomorrow is Veterans Day, and happy birthday to our Marines. Chris Shepard in the 019 is going to be on the pole, or still leading the field with his 10 of Mason White in 2nd. Jake Roya in the 2 is going to be 3rd. Kevin Goodall in the 29 is going to be 4th. Jimbo Rooney in that 27 machine is going to round out your top 5 as we get underway here as they work their way into turn number 3. The pace truck should be diving off here in turn 3 and 4. And it looks like Fred Hoffman might have got the bot flag on the Dirt Series pit road. Pace truck's going to dive in. The 019 of Chris Shepard is going to lead us back to the third-party game, and green flag. The 10 of Mason White's going to get a good jump as well. He's going to be right there with Shepard as they work their way through turn 1 and 2. Shepard's going to be down low. White's up high. We work our way down the back straightaway. It's going to be Shepard still in that 19 machine leading the field. The 10 Mason White's going to try to get that top spot here as they work their way down the front straightaway. The 10 is going to go down low. And we're going to have contact back there for position number 5, it looks like. As it's kind of settled down here. We're going to go back here to the backside, or to the 3rd place and 4th place. As you see, the 29 of Goodall's getting the outside going. He's trying to make a run on Jimbo Rooney here. They're going to battle it out for 4th as Jimbo's looking down low. Jake Roya. Jake Roya is going to maintain that 3rd position. Here comes Jimbo looking down low as they work their way down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Jimbo's going to go down low, and we're got a little bit of contact between the 27 and the 2 as we have a caution flag coming out. And it looks like it might be with Cody Wickard. If I can find out where it is. Hit the back straightaway wall and ended up towing back. And that's the only thing I see is whenever he's trying to tow back into the pits. Now that we're a little over halfway through the event, it's Chris Shepard still in that 19 machine at the point, followed by Mason White in his 10 machine in 2nd. Jake Roya held us on to the 3rd position, followed by the 27 of Jimbo Rooney. The 29 of Kevin Goodall is going to be right there to round out your top 5. In 6th is going to be the 66 of, or the 16 of Jeremy Christensen. The 66 of Jason Haynes is going to be 7th. Ty Dixon in the 67 is going to be 8th. Clayton Nichols in the 52 is going to be 9th. And Jordan in the 96 will round out your top 10. And this should be our last double file restart. As the field works their way down back straightaway. The pace truck's going to dive in, and Chris Shepard is going to get that 3rd party gaming green flag once again here for your right rear racing clash at the Colosseum. Shepard's going to lead us in turn 1. The 10 of White's going to get that outside going on 1 and 2. We're going to have a side-by-side battle here for the lead as they work their way down the back straightaway into turn number 3. The 10 of White's going to get that outside going once again with the 19 of Shepard down low. At the line, it's still going to be Shepard in the 19 machine, but here comes the 10 once again of White on the outside of 1 and 2. We're going to be side-by-side once again going down back straightaway into turn number 3. The 19 is going to think about sliding up, but here comes the 10 and the of White trying to get the outside once again. If I can get a good view of everything. As we are under 10 laps remaining, White's going to try to get the outside going. The 19 of Shepard just has something down there on the bottom. As they work their way off of turn number 4, side by side at the line, it's still going to be Shepard at the line, followed by the White in that 10 machine. But White's going to get it here on the off of 2 down the back straightaway. We're still side by side going into turn number 3. The 19 of Shepard is going to try to hold on to the lead, but at the line, it's going to be White at the line in that 10 machine. We're side by side for your closing laps. We have 6 laps remaining. Who's going to win this race here tonight? As White's getting that better run off of 2, we're still going into turn number 3. White's up high, Shepard's down low, and at the line, it's going to be Shepard. But here comes White once again on the outside lane. He has something up there. Shepard has something down low. And we've got a caution coming out here with 5 laps remaining. That's not what we wanted to see. As we go follow along with Jason Haynes. Jason Haynes in that 66. He comes down into the 16. Comes up and collects Ty and spins out. And the 52 collects them there, and that's going to be the reason why the caution flag came out there. And we had a battle heating up for your lead between Shepard and White, as Shepard's getting a stick on the bottom, and White's getting a stick on the top side. I know those two drivers did not want to see that caution flag coming out. Again, we're going to hear from your top 3 drivers here after the race is over with. Looks like Jason's coming off of the Dirt Series Promotions pit road. And since we're under 10 laps remaining, we're going to go single file restarts from here on out. As the field works their way down the back straightaway, we're going to go back under action this time around, as the pace truck should be diving off into the infield here momentarily. Can White time that restart good here with Shepard? And Shepard's going to get a good jump there. White's going to be in second, trying to hold off Kevin Goodall in that 29 machine. The 29 is going to look down low. We're going to have a battle for second here on this restart, as White's going to mess up there just a little bit in 1 and 2. That's going to allow Goodall right there to work that bottom side. Battle for second here for your closing laps. It's still going to be White in that 10 machine maintaining the second position, as we have 2 laps remaining here. And make that 2 laps now, as the 19 machine of Shepard's going to maintain the lead. White's going to be in second. Goodall in third, trying to hold off Jake Roya in that 2 machine as they work their way around 3 and 4. Getting the white flag this time around. The 2 machine of Roya is going to try to work that bottom side, try to make that pass on Goodall in that 29 to get into that podium position as they come down the back straightaway one last time here tonight. The 2 machine is going to go down low. Can he make that pass on Goodall as they work their way off turn 4? And it's going to be Goodall in that 29 machine. Chris Shepard in the 19 machine led it since the drop of the green and going to take the win tonight and take it to the Roya Graphics victory lane, followed by Mason White in that 10 machine, and Kevin Goodall will round out your top 3. And according to my calculations here, it's going to go, we have Fred Hoffman, who finished 13th tonight. He's going to be your Twist of Speed hard charger. And I couldn't tell you if we had a FND awareness last lap pass bonus. And couldn't tell you about the Mr. Clean Award presented by Triplet Motors. And give me 1 second, waiting for your top 3 finishers. And to give the rest of your results, again, it was Shepard and the 19 machine taking the win. White in second. Goodall rounds out your top 3. Jake Roya in the 2 machines going to finish 4th. Jeremy Christensen in the 16th 5th. Ty Dickinson in the 67 finishes 6th. Jordan Navarro in the 96 finishes 7th. Greg Robinson in the 83 8th. Clayton Wise in the 196 9th. And rounding out your top 10 is going to go to Clayton Nichols in the 52. Matt Sweezy in the 77 finishes 11th. Nathan in the 131 and 12th. Fred Hoffman in the 13. He's going to finish 13th. Jimbo Rooney, 27 machine, is going to finish 14th. Brent Thompson in the 45 finishes 15th. Jason in the 66 finishes 16th. In 17th, we have Robert Puckett in the 30 machine. And in 18th is going to be Cody Wickard in the 5. Jared Lemberson in the 001 in 19th, and Tayton Sander in the 42 rounds out the field. And we're going to hear from your top 3 drivers as we hear from Goodall first. And Kevin, do you got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here.
And hopefully our fans can hear you. That was a good hard battle there. And coming home with third in a track conditions like that is a good feat in itself.
Yeah.
And there at the end, you're trying to hold off Jake Roya on that last restart. What was kind of going through your head on that moment?
Well, I was gonna try to run the bottom there on the last restart, but the top was being good to me, so I just decided to go back up there to the top and just try to hold them off coming off the top there. I was getting some pretty good runs.
And yeah, you had that top side going. We tried to come back there and watch it on that last few laps. And I guess you enjoyed the top side during the whole race.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of stuck to it the entire race, just in between the slick and the berm up there.
And again, you did that hard fought battle there. The 10 and 19 kind of walked away. Were you wanting that late restart there?
Yeah, yeah. I wanted to give them a go. Try to get 1 or 2 more spots. But I'll take third.
Hey,
I haven't made the podium yet in the RPES world, so.
and that's always a feat in itself with Regal's races that he puts on. It's hard. It's hard fought battles with Regal's racing.
Yes, it is.
And sorry, I'm trying to give you your interview, and I'm still hearing the driver's chat as well, kind of trying to tune them out and give you your interview. And I'm sorry for not giving you my whole divided attention there.
No, you're fine. I could hear him too, so it was kind of hard to hear what you were saying.
Man, but overall, you did a good race here tonight. What was your game plan coming into week number 15 of the series, especially being here at Bristol?
Oh, it's always to make the podium. I mean, I've been trying for several weeks, falling short or getting in a wreck towards the end of the race, but I finally got it done.
Well, congratulations on your third place finish here tonight. And you finally got that podium with Regal Promotions Esports. Do you have any friends, family, or sponsors you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, my uncle Matt, he runs the SRA league, and all them guys over there have helped me out a whole lot with my racing, just giving me tips and tricks.
And it's certainly paid off here tonight, coming home with the podium here at Bristol.
Yep.
And once again, congratulations on your third place finish. Hopefully, we catch you next time for the next broadcast on the podium once again.
Yep, sounds good.
All right, you have a good night, sir.
You too.
And there you have it, your third place finisher, Kevin Goodall. Next up, we're going to hear from, if I remember off the top of my head, we're going to hear from Mason White. And Mason, do you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, that was a good battle. I'm sure you didn't want to see that late caution come out as you and Shepard were running side by side. It looked like you had that momentum going on the outside.
Oh, yeah. I had a good restart. I was running him down. I did not want to see that.
And on that last restart there, going to single file, it kind of hurt you there, it seemed like.
Big time. I just kind of fell one lane at that point, had no momentum, got into the slick stuff a little bit, and couldn't get nowhere.
And I'm sure that if it would have stayed green the whole race for the last 5 laps there, y'all would have still put on a good show and ended up finishing side by side. Who knows who would have won it? But man, that was a fun race to watch.
Definitely. I was hoping not to have that caution. It would have been a good finish for sure, but that's part of it though.
I mean, coming home with second place still good, especially with the talent that comes over here with the Regal Promotions Esports. And I believe you're in the battle for it last week as well. And just ended up getting caught up in that late race wreck there, coming off turn 4, I believe. And so you come back through this week and make up for it and get back on the podium.
Yeah, it's about my third or fourth race with the series, and first on the podium. And last week I was running up there in the top 3 and just took Ty out, and I didn't mean to do that. That's my fault there last week. But it was definitely fun last week as well, and this week putting on the podium is great.
And do you have any friends, family, or sponsors you'd like to give a shout out to?
Oh yeah, my boy Dylan over at Northeast Gateco, and Clay over there. He's helping me out with the tips, and then always got to give a shout out to my boy Asian Mike hooking me up with the twisted tees tonight and getting this podium.
And again, like I said, that's a major feat with the Regal Promotions Esports, especially with the sprint cars coming home with the podium tonight. So congratulations.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. And hopefully for the next broadcast, we can catch you back over here on the podium once again.
That's the plan.
All right, sir. Have a good night.
You too, bud.
And there you have it, your second place finisher of Mason White in that 010 machine. Now we're going to hear from your winner tonight. That's going to be the 019 of Shepard. And Chris, you got a copy?
Yep, I gotcha.
Man, that was, you led it since the drop of the green. You had those restarts, different timing, messed everyone up a little bit, seemed like, but as a leader, that's what you get to do. Whenever White came up there and started racing side by side with you, you didn't give up, and you still ran them clean. Where was you trying to go to the track or go out on the track to try to maintain the lead and race White clean there?
Honestly, it felt pretty good through the slick. I was trying to get a little bit lower than I was, but it would, Bristol, you can barely, with the dirt there, you can barely see where the apron is. And I didn't want to clip it and then take us both out. So I was actually running a little bit higher than I wanted to through the slick and just trying to stay off of him. And that caution bailed me out because he had the momentum. And I don't know how much longer I could have held it straight and, kept the nose in front of him there, but it was a good race. Appreciate him running me clean there.
And I seen you running through that slick. That's why I had to ask you something about your line, because I didn't know how much longer you'd hold on to it, and kind of scared me every once in a while there going through that slick. And I seen you fighting the car there.
Yeah, it'd be for about 3 or 4 laps or so, we would roll through that slick really good. So if I got a good restart and could get it front, I could get enough of a gap. But he timed that one restart perfectly and stuck side by side. And like I said, the caution bailed me out.
Yes, I believe that caution did bail you out there. And on that last restart, once y'all went single file, that's all she wrote there for you, and you ended up winning or leading all 25 laps, I believe, here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. The single file restart was definitely helped me out there.
And again, congratulations on your win. Do you have any friends, family, or sponsors you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, my wife Candace, my daughter Lucia, my parents, and watching, and Jimmy, Susan, Tegan, Tommy, who are always watching my races, and Jacob Harberts and Black Magic Performance helps me with the setups. And yeah, it's been fun. I think it's only my third race racing with these guys, and it's been fun. I hope to be back next year.
Yes, sir. It's always fun running Regal Promotions stuff. And hopefully we catch you back on the podium once again for a future event.
Yep, for sure. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You have a good night. And once again,
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you.
And there you have it, your top 3 finishers here tonight. Again, to give you the recap, it's going to be Fred Hoffman moving up 7 spots. He's going to get your Twisted Speed Hard Charger award tonight. If you bear with me 1 second, I will try to get that video up for the veterans. Again, I'd like to say thank you to all the veterans and happy birthday to the Marines. Thank you for tuning in here on Right Rear Racing. Reminder that you can catch your 360s for your Regal Promotions Esports Clash at the Colosseum, round number 15 on Regal Promotions Esports on Wednesday, November 12th. Thank you for tuning in here tonight, and we'll catch you next time here on Right Rear Racing.